Hi, welcome to morning prayer. Sorry, what have I just read? So good you're here. Great, we fixed the camera when it doesn't work, all the wrong things we said. With Mike, Nadia, and the jingle.
Yes. The weather.
It is the weather, definitely. Let's just blame it on the weather. What a great, thank you, weather, for being there. So we carried on with Esther. Amazing readings. It really exciting. I can't wait for the next reading. And what an incredible story. So we now got to the stage where the king wants to honor Mordecai and asks the treacherous Haman, what would you do to someone who the king wants to honor?
For him.
Yeah.
But it's such a prototypical plot and it's such a prototypical twist, I think. So I think that so many books and films have been so
exactly.
Villain is plotting something, so he thinks that he will get all those riches, he will revenge, but he falls into his own trap. And it is so humiliating for him that he has to honor Mordecai.
Yeah.
The square, and then so.
It is incredible, isn't it? And I think, so many people who have that sort of vanity, who think that they, it's all about them, but in fact it's not at all. And they're somehow so out of sync, so somehow displaced from reality, they completely fail to see all the signs. They sort of live in a parallel world. I know quite a lot of people. Yeah, back again. Connecting and weight going on at the moment. Probably the weather. The messages are back live again. Let's keep our fingers crossed and stay with us. It keeps on. Okay. So you were saying you had a great thought there.
Maybe it wasn't. No, it's just that I think it's a comforting idea that if it's yours, if something is yours, it's yours, so you do what you've got. And then all the credit will be yours, just like in the case of Mordecai. And if something is not, no matter how much you plot, if you do those evil things, you won't get those riches and that honor. So the Haman tried.
Your thought is that Mordecai does what he knows he has to do without playing any games.
Yeah, and
he's happy sitting by his gate.
Yeah.
He's not sort of getting any ideas of riches and roads. Yeah.
Same with Esther. So she did it for her people, and then she was honored.
And it's very interesting that last sentence. If Mordecai, before your downfall has begun, is of the Jewish people, you will not prevail against him, but will surely fall before him.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting last thought there, isn't it?
So this Zeresh, his wife, so she gives him this evil advice to build a gallows, and now she prophesies. So she prophesies his downfall.
It's interesting, isn't it? It's almost as if she could have said that a bit earlier. So maybe she should have. Didn't she know? It's like, couldn't she done some research to figure out Mordecai was Jewish before? But there is a thought here. It's a prophecy about the Jewish people, isn't it? It's sort of that God won't sort of leave them out there.
That's very interesting.
Anyway, so we move on to Corinthians.
Yeah, I think it was so. I mean, we always say that it's beautiful, and I remember Malcolm would always say that it is so rich, and this as well. But I think this one is particularly so. So it's so. And actually, also the last phrase here, the last phrase in this passage from the Corinthians, it's also a reference. So you can see as it is written, the one who had much did not have too much, and the one who had little did not have too little.
Interesting.
So Paul is referring to Exodus.
Because
when Moses was leading the Jewish people, and they were hungry, and they were complaining, and so God provided manna to them. And He told them to collect not the same amount, but some collected more, some collected less. And then when they measured it turned out that they all had the same amount. So this is Paul's reference to Exodus.
That's interesting, because it's like the ones where no one either had too much or too little. That's very interesting.
And I think it's also it's the same idea as we had with Mordecai and Haman.
Yes.
So you get what's yours, so you do what you have to do, and you get what's yours.
And it's very interesting this idea that Christ, for your sakes, he became poor, so that by his poverty you might become rich. Because Mordecai is also kind of this guy who's poor like Gates, and yet there's something richness in his life and his example, which is interesting.
Yeah, thanks to him and the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another side, he said, we began not only do something, but even to desire to do something. Now finish doing it. I just love this idea. It's like, now finish doing it. I love this idea. So your eagerness may be matched by completing it according to your means. I think it's a great idea. Because often you get so excited, I get so excited about doing things, and you start, but you don't finish. But I just love this advice, like, now finish it, so that your eagerness may be matched by completing it according to your means. I love that idea. Don't just start, it's good to be eager, but finish it.
Yeah, that's so human as well.
So human as well, exactly.
We're excited, and so we start reading a book and then not finishing it, or a project, or and here actually Paul is referring. So remember we talked about it yesterday. So he's in Macedonia,
right?
And here, and he's rising to Corinth,
right?
And here he holds up the example of Macedonians who are collecting money for the church in Jerusalem. Apparently, that's what I read.
Right. Okay.
And so he is giving them as an example. So apparently they were poor, but they were very generous and eager to donate.
Right.
And so now Paul is
commenting,
giving them as an example for Corinthians.
Great.
So that they are generous.
So much. We could go on for hours. Great. Thank you so much. And managed to waffle on for 8 minutes. Wow. And we'll be back with morning prayer tomorrow. Probably. What do I expect? Okay. Bye.
Have a good day.
Okay.